Marcus Mumford.
Thank you, Bret. It's great to be back here.
It's great to finally meet you in person. We've spoken on the phone maybe 5 times.
Yeah, that's right. And being back in this building brings back memories. It's great. Been here a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, welcome home, right?
Yeah.
In a profound way, this is home. And maybe a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it's a cool place to start off a tour like this for me because I lived here for a while and got lots of friends here and lots of memories in this city, and I love it.
You're one of those people will walk up to me and say, oh, I saw Marcus Mumford doing this or that, before he was famous.
Oh,
so
really?
Coaching
soccer to 4-year-olds.
Secondhand legend stuff. I understand that Elton John gave you some advice when you were putting this project together.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped as well. He is an amazingly supportive friend. He gives a lot of advice. He's a sage and a bit of a sort of godfather now, and he's really taken it on as something he really cares about. And this record is something he was one of the first people to hear. Weirdly, we sort of were in the same place, and we'd been talking a bit. He'd been kind of begging me not to break the band up, and I was like, look, I'm not breaking, no one's breaking the band up. The band's always going to be there, I think, and I hope, but I'm in this process of writing songs and I'm not sure they're for the band. And he was like, whatever you do, darling, don't break up the band. It's probably a band record, you just don't realize it. And then I played him Cannibal and Grace, the first 2 songs on the record, and then Only Child, that song I just played, and he said, you need to make a solo record and you need to not be afraid. And we talked at length about what that would look like. So he's just been that's what I mean by, like, it's not all been professional help. It's been friends along the way and people who seem to have got it. And I've been incredibly blessed in that way.
You also recently met the Pope.
I did.
A lot of musical artists don't get the opportunity to meet the Pope. Are there a lot of things that Elton John and the Pope have in common?
There's some wisdom in both of them that I think they share, for sure. Yeah. I liked him a lot. I thought he was very present. And when he talked, it was great. When everyone else around him, probably including myself, spoke, it was much less interesting. He's got this sort of gravitas that's very appealing. And he'd just come back from his trip to Canada, where he'd sort of owned some of the church's history with Indigenous people and offered, I think, an opportunity for reconciliation, or at least the beginning of a journey for reconciliation, which I know to a lot of my Indigenous friends meant a lot. So that was cool that he'd just come back from that and felt like, I was like, I can co-sign on that kind of stuff, man. That's really dope. And it was kind of an extraordinary experience.
So you've met the Pope, you've befriended Elton John, you've worked with the Coen brothers. Who's left? Who's left for you to meet, Marcus Mumford?
I'm good for now. I don't have a list. Of people.
And a lot of people may not know this, but when you were living in Denver,
Nathaniel Rateliff was a guy you really looked up to.
He was indeed. He was in a band called Born in the Flood,
sure,
which I absolutely loved when I was living here. I used to have it on in my little Geo Metro. I was buzzing around town, and so I followed him, from even before he went solo and then started the Night Sweats journey. And he's a dear friend, so when he asked if I'd come along and play some songs for his holiday show, it was kind of no-brainer for me, in Denver particularly. Like, yeah, I want to do that. That's why I signed up to be a musician, that kind of night,
When we think about the Colorado bands that have broken out in recent years, like Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats and the Lumineers and One Republic, I also tend to think of you in that category because of the time that you spent here. Didn't you work at a Starbucks?
I worked at Starbucks on 16th Street Mall, and I started out by playing open mics in this city. That's kind of where my songwriting began, really. And I had friends in the city, a fella called Dane, a friend called John, who showed me some acoustic guitar open tunings, which really started my songwriting process for the band. And I would try things out at some terrible open mics. I mean, everyone else was good. I was awful.
I doubt that.
It was rough. It was very, what's the word? Pretentious would be the word, I think. But it was fun. I was 18 and I'd play some covers and I'd play Shelter from the Storm a lot by Bob Dylan, and then some really early songs that were really bad. It was fun.
Well, look at it this way. From the Mile High City to Vatican City.
Yeah.
The journey of Marcus Mumford. It is great to finally meet you in
You too,
in
Bret.
person. This is the best.
Thanks for having me, man. It's really
Marcus
nice to
Mumford.
see you.